What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Happy Monday. This is your Monday motivational video to get you started for your week. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. I sure did. I went and spent some time with Jalixa celebrating her birthday this weekend. Her birthday was officially yesterday, but we celebrated on Saturday. And if you guys don't know, Jalixa is my very best friend. She's more like a sister to me. She does have a channel. It's called Jalixa. Go over and subscribe to her channel. Go over and support her. She is a very busy mom of two boys, two precious boys, Lego and Levi. Her youngest is 7 months, so she's been trying to keep up with her channel, you guys. She definitely appreciates you guys for your support and your patience and everything. You know, she tries to get at least one video in a week, but she's trying to kind of come back. You know, mom life has been keeping her busy, but go over and show her some love. Go subscribe to her channel if you haven't done so. But yeah, I went up to Connecticut to celebrate her, and then it was nice. The next day, me and my family went out for a late breakfast, which was really nice because we don't get a chance to do that. You know, going home to your parents' house, it's like mom is always cooking. And, you know, this weekend she was like, well, I'm going to go because you guys tell me I don't go anywhere. So we went out and had a nice breakfast together. So that was really nice. And then I just came back home early. You know, but it was a very nice, very nice weekend. Other than that, you guys, I mean, I've just been trying to keep up with myself, really. You know, crazy stuff has been happening with my channel. Stuff that I don't care to, you know, it's whatever. But been a little bit stressed out about that. But thank goodness that things always work out. I always have faith, and I always begin my day as I tell you guys to do. I always intend for my day to go exactly the way it's supposed to go. I don't set myself up for high hopes because you never know what life is going to throw at you. So I always just, I always try to start my day with positivity. I start my day with prayer. You know, I take time to just kind of meditate a bit. You know, and just affirm that the day is going to go exactly the way that it's supposed to, and that I'm going to do exactly what I'm supposed to do, go where I'm supposed to go, and, you know, meet who I'm supposed to meet, talk to whoever I'm supposed to talk to, you know, because I do honestly feel like we cross paths with other, you know, people for many different reasons, and we don't know what those are, you know, so, but I do also believe that you can control what you can and what you do and don't do, and what is going to help your day along. So again, and I can't stress this enough because energy does not lie. If you get up in the morning and you already affirm that your day is going to be a crappy Monday, that's what you're going to get, because that is the energy that you put out there, and that's what you're going to get back. So it's always super important to make sure that your mind and your energy is right before you start your day. You know, it's good to give yourself a pep talk. Look at yourself in the mirror, get dressed, get your makeup on, put a nice bow tie on, get yourself together. Tell yourself, you know what? I don't know what the day holds today, but I know I'm going to kick Monday in the butt. So bring it on. Today's going to be a great day. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm not going to stress myself out. I'm not going to be hard on myself. I'm going to take it easy on myself. And that goes into what I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about today. It's okay to not be okay. It is okay to not be 100% together. I feel like a lot of people sometimes put a little too much pressure on themselves to try to be together all the time. And sometimes that carries a lot of weight. You know, you are so busy trying to maintain the weight or maintain, you know, the facade of being okay, that you forget to take care of yourself. And sometimes sitting at home, doing nothing, shutting off social media, crying, screaming, writing, doing whatever it is that you need to do to let out whatever you are feeling, that's okay. I tell people a lot, especially when people are grieving, you can't put a time on when your grieving stops. People grieve differently. They grieve for different amounts of time. There is no right or wrong way to grieve because everyone deals with things differently. So, with that being said, we can't mask and pile up things on top of what we are really feeling or what we are really going through, because if we don't let that out, that is going to manifest somewhere else in your life, be it your friendships, your children, your marriages, whatever it is, your job. And it may not be right now, but it may manifest later on when you least expect it, when things are absolutely going the greatest. And that may throw a serious curveball into what you have going on at that time. So I feel that being okay with not being okay is a form of self-care, if you really think about it. Allowing yourself to accept the fact that you are not okay is a form of mental health care, because I personally used to be the type of person where I was always the strong friend. I was always the strong one. There's been times where I have been bawling my eyes out and a friend of mine would text me and say, "Hey, I need you." I would wipe my tears off my face and here I am, you know? And I did that for a lot of people around me, especially, friends that I may have grown up with, that I may have grown apart from. I've always been the one, even though I was a little rough around the edges when I was younger, I was always one that I always looked at the brighter side of things. I always looked at the positive. I always looked at the good that can come out of stuff. And maybe that was to a fault, in my opinion, for me, because I sometimes hid how I felt to be there for other people. And then when it was time for people to be there for me, there was nowhere for me to turn to. I didn't, people were so consumed by their own situations that it was never, hey, Tish, I'm sorry. I've just been so consumed by how I'm feeling. How are you? You know what I mean? Like, and so I kind of learned, like, what? I've learned how to shut myself down when I'm not okay. And I don't mean shut down like I don't talk to anybody. Like, no. What I mean is if I'm not feeling great, and you're calling me to go out, you want to do dinner, or it's okay to do those things. But if I'm in a situation where I am not okay, I'm going to be selfish with myself at that moment and I'm going to take care of myself. If that means that I'm going to be sitting at home journaling, meditating, exercising, allowing myself a few hours of solitude, going outside for a walk by myself, some people may feel that that's selfish, but it's not. What is selfish is not taking care of yourself and making sure that you are okay before you take care of anybody else. Because I promise you, you cannot, if you are not 100% for yourself, you can't give 100% to somebody else because you don't have 100% to give. Does that make sense? So again, it is okay to feel like you are not okay. Deal with it. Deal with it. My whole motto is this: you are allowed to feel however it is that you are feeling, whether you are sad, whether you're angry, whether you're upset, whether you are confused, whatever it is that you are feeling. And of course, this means, in a negative sense, if you're feeling all of these things, if you're feeling anxious and fearful, it's okay to feel however you are feeling in the moment. But the key thing to, helping yourself is to not stay in that space. There are people out there who are so depressed because they are comfortable being there. And, if one thing that therapy has taught me over time is that the brain is comfortable with what it's familiar with. So if your brain is familiar with being anxious and fearful and depressed, guess what? That's where it's going to want to stay because that's all it knows. And that's not a safe or smart place to stay. You're allowed to feel what you are feeling, but you don't want to stay there. You don't want to live there. That's not where you should stay. That's not what should run your life. So be okay with not being okay. Deal with what you are feeling at the moment. There are so many different things out there in books and resources and articles and things like that that help you deal with stuff like that. I personally feel like I take time out in the mornings to have an hour or so of solitude. And within that moment, within, my solitude, I don't know if you want to call it session. But my moment of solitude, be it an hour or 2 hours, I tend to be real with myself about things that I am feeling in certain situations that are going on in my life. I allow myself that time only, whether it's okay, within this hour, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to write, I'm going to journal, I am going to, pray. But I also, whether it's 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I give myself a certain amount of time. And I've learned how to do this. This isn't something that came easy to me because when you're learning to rewire yourself, it takes time because you're wired a certain way. Your emotions and your brain, they're wired to feel a certain way and to look at things a certain way. So it took me a while to figure this out, but I allow myself at least 10 or 15 minutes to feel whatever it is that I'm feeling. If there is something that I am angry about, I'm like, all right, you're going to sit here, you're going to think about what made you upset. Think about all the feelings that you are feeling. And when those 10 or 15 minutes are up, that is it. That is it. It is easier said than done, but at least at that moment, I feel like I dealt with my feelings. I was honest with myself about my feelings. There is no need for me to carry that sorrow or that anger throughout my entire day when within those 15 minutes, I dealt with it. I thought about it. If you need to do it again the next day, do it again the next day, but don't spend your entire day on that one thing because you're going to miss all the other things that can possibly happen to you in that day. Good things. You may come across, meeting somebody new and it turning out to be your best friend. You may, turn up an opportunity to do such a great job at work that you get a promotion. You may pass up an opportunity to change somebody else's life with just a, hey, hello, how you doing? I honestly do believe that we sometimes block our own blessings because we're so consumed by self. You know what I mean? So there's certainly lots of other ways to deal with things. That's just how I choose to deal with things now. I don't like carrying, anger or sadness or being upset throughout my day because there's so many other things to be grateful for, so many other things to look forward to. And even though you don't know what those things are, you should just be excited at the fact that it's like a surprise. You don't know what you're getting. You know what I mean? So embrace that. Embrace your day. Deal with what you have to deal with, but then don't stay there. Move forward from it and do something to help you, smile and make you feel good. So that is my, encouragement for you guys. Many of you may have not been okay yesterday because it's Sunday and you got to go to work on Monday morning and the work is piling up and it's stressed out and you don't like the people you work with and you don't like your boss and you're not getting paid all that well. There are so many things happening in this world right now that is much more horrible than what you are going through than just looking at Monday and saying, I can't stay in this Monday. There are people who don't have jobs who didn't even wake up this morning. So, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay. Don't lie to people. If somebody asks you, hey, how you doing today? You know what? I'm not doing so good, but I'm here. I'm present. That's the important thing. Be present in your day. So I hope this helped somebody out there or a couple of you out there. Take this with you, not only today, but for the rest of the week and for days to come and whenever you need it, whenever you need it. I do this for a reason. I have dealt with enough in my life to be able to speak on things that I know about and I only know about. especially when it comes to being stressed and having anxiety and things like that, and learning how to not stay in those places, because those are some dark places. They aren't pretty. They aren't pretty, and neither is healing. But healing is much better than, keeping yourself in a dark place. So, with that being said, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys are up to. Let me know how your Monday is going so far, what you did this weekend. I am actually going to try to game back to back today. I really, need to get back to gaming and really get, serious about finishing these games. So I may be gaming. If I don't game within the next hour, at some point today, I'm going to be gaming for at least an hour with each for Resident Evil 2 Remake and Outlast. So definitely make sure that your notifications are on. If you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit like, share. If you enjoy these motivational videos, I have tons more. Go back and use them as you wish. I will see you guys later. Have a great day, you guys.